Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be working on this Chevrolet Impala taxi matchbox number 20. So you can see it's a 4-door, everything there. Only the paint is a bit messed up. The taxi tempo or water slide is still on the hood. So this one is pretty straightforward, no details. I bought the water slide on eBay since this requires, I think I could have made it work. The yellow, if I do a red on clear water slide paper, I think it might have worked out, but you know, I already bought it. I don't know if it has suspension. If it does, it's shot. The wheels look a little bit messed up, so we are going to be restoring that. Looks like we're not going to have to take off the wheels since the base is not painted. So pretty straightforward. Let's take it apart, see what we have inside. All right guys, so we're back. I've already drilled it and installed brand new button head 256 screws. So pretty simple inside. Here's the interior, and if you're wondering, this is the same interior as the Ford Galaxy 55-59. Same one, exact same one. So it's a little tip there in case you didn't know. So I already removed the little rivet holding the windshield in place, and as you can see, we are ready for some paint remover. Let's do that and I'll be back. All right guys, so I'm back. We have the casting here. I cleaned it off with the Lima Way solution, just like the base. No need to remove the wheels. All we got to do now is clean it, and like I mentioned before, this is what I use: alcohol. I just make sure I don't touch it after I clean it with that, so I could paint it. For this, we're gonna be using this cheap Walmart yellow paint, which is gloss. Never used it before, since I don't want to buy a whole can of yellow. I normally don't paint any cars yellow, so we'll see how that turns out. For now, we're gonna clean our tires here. We have my homemade locking pliers here with a rubber band like that. I'm gonna put it on my base here, and these are the micro mesh pads here. As you can see, I go from 1500 all the way up to 12,000. These look kind of rough, so I'm going to use the 1500. And as you can see, I've placed numbers on the side. If I could get this to focus. Anyway, you get the idea. With a Sharpie, that way I can identify them a lot easier. We have my Dremel here with a polishing rust soft and used adapter here. Let me see if I can zoom out. And there you can see the wheels are pretty bad. Let's see if I can do it on this side. So there you can see, starting to look a lot better. So I'm gonna do 04. So before we go, let me use this 8000. See what kind of a look we get here. Making sure I get the corners. Oh yeah, definitely check it out. I really like this method, that way I don't have to paint them, and they look very original, very nice original color. So I'm gonna go do the rest, and I'll be back so we could apply the water slide. All right guys, and I'm back. So this thing turned out to be a headache. It did not work for me, and it's also the wrong yellow. I thought I could use a little bit of the red to make it the right color, but this glossy version of this paint, it did not work for me using the airbrush. I tried mixing it with water, didn't work. I tried mixing it with alcohol, it did not work. I don't really use acrylic paint that much, so I don't have acrylic thinners, and it was a complete mess. It just kept turning into like a blob or something. I've used before the flat or matte version, and I've been able to mix it with water or alcohol, and it works fine through the airbrush. But this glossy finish, it just didn't work. I even tried mixing it with urethane clear coat just to see, and it just didn't work. Now I went from not wanting to spend money on yellow paint to being, I think, the most expensive paint job. I got a little desperate, so I went to a nearby store and I bought this Rust-Oleum Sun Yellow, and they should call this Tweety Bird Yellow, because this thing, here's an example, because I did paint the car, but it wasn't the right yellow. I didn't like it, but I already got the paint, so might do some Moon Eyes custom with it. Now I used as a base this Krylon primer. Works great, really thin, got the good sprayer right there, hoping that because it's a dark base, it'll give me darker yellow. But this Rust-Oleum 2X, they really don't play around, it really covers. So the color of the base really doesn't matter with this paint. Now what I did was, since the Tweety Bird yellow didn't work I went out and bought this thing right here, Krylon School Bus Yellow. Now look at this, and it has a machine. They also have I think they call it a farm equipment yellow, which is supposed to be like a caterpillar yellow, but this color, it's really the thing. I don't think you can find this in any store. I bought it on Amazon. I'll leave the link in the video description if you want to get to this. And here is the car. Look at this. Now, like I mentioned, let me lower the camera here. I used Krylon primer, gray one. Then I used the school bus yellow. And to top it off, I finish it off, I used 2 light coats of the polyurethane mint wax. My favorite clear coat. Why do I do that? Because I like to spray at least 2 coats of the polyurethane, because once I'm done installing the water slide, I'm gonna spray it again to make the borders of the water slide disappear, so it looks like the taxi letters were painted instead of a water slide. All right, let me get this set up here and I'll be back. All right guys, so I'm back. Here is the water slide. I'm gonna be trying these for the very first time. I bought them on eBay, so we'll see how they work. Really like how this paint job turned out. So this is just a good example if you want to get into making customs or restorations. You really don't have to worry about buying a airbrush, compressor, all of that stuff. You could do it with a rattle can. So this restoration turned into another rattle can restoration. Now you can see here that this car has a registration marks, and the purpose is to help you align the water slide. Of course, they're originally there so the people that worked in the company could see where they were going to install the water slide. I don't know if I'm thinking that these old Matchbox, maybe they were water slide and not tempo. If you don't know what I mean, what I'm talking about, this is a water slide. A tempo is when like a rubber pad touches the ink, and then the rubber pad places the ink design on top of the car. That's how Hot Wheel does it now. Now at the end of the day, a lot of people call anything on these die casts a tempo. I've done it, I admit it. It's just a lot easier. So I'm liking the water slide here. They were easy to install. Very nice. I'm gonna do a little bit more of the micro sole here, just to make sure that it melts and it makes it soft, so it takes the shape of that of the hood. So I'm gonna go hit it with my wife's hair dryer, make it nice and dry, and I'll show it to you before the final review. I'll be back. All right, but guys, check it out. So here is the car before clear coating. Very happy with the water slide. I'm gonna leave a link on the video description of the eBay seller if you want to get these water slide. Now this car has the front grill here completely grayed. I don't have my Sharpie. It's not the fine tip. I don't have it, you know, I don't have a fine tip Sharpie gray color. So I'm gonna be using my liquid chrome with this very fine brush here, and I'm gonna be using my spare eyes. Hopefully I won't mess this up. Now I do have a small 1mm Molotov marker, but lately the tip on that has been giving me problems. Now I already see that this brush is gonna give me problems unless I give it a haircut. Yep. Let me see if everything, I guess it could work. You just gotta make sure that all the little hairs stick together, or they're not gonna really work out. All right, let's see if we can do this. Yeah, that's too small. Let me get another brush and I'll be back. All right, let's try this one. But I think I'm gonna need to give it a haircut. You don't want any crazy hair sticking out, because then you're gonna get ink all over the place. I think that should work. That should work. Let's get more ink here on the paper. And let's try it now. Let's see if we can zoom in. All right. Come on, focus. Yeah, I could tell that this is gonna take a while, especially because I don't have a proper angle here to. It's either gonna be in camera or I get to do it. Yep, I'm gonna have to get this like really close to my face to be able to do it. I'll do that and I'll be back. All right, here it is. Not bad. So I'm gonna clean it and remove all the fingerprints if it has any, and I'm gonna clear coat it, and I'm gonna show you the difference between the clear coat. You can see that the clear of the water slide doesn't have the same sheen as the paint job. So hopefully we could make it all look like if it was painted on, and I'll be back. All right, guys, let's take a quick look at what we started with, and now let's take a look at the finished product. Very happy with the result. Paint came out very nice. Very nice. I'm thinking about getting another one just to make a custom, because this casting is incredible. It looks amazing. This thing is beautiful. Maybe give it a tricked out paint job with full details. If you have one and you want to give it to me, shoot me an email and I'll give you my address so you can ship it to me. Hey, you never know. I'm willing to take donations. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something new like I did. And again, this goes to show you that if you want to restore something, you don't really need an airbrush. You could do a rattle can restoration like we have here with enamel paint, which original cars did have enamel paint. So thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and hit that little bell so you can get notified for all my upcoming videos. Thank you again, and goodbye.